This is Jeanette Tan with QB Winery Solutions, and I want to welcome you to our course, The Fundamental 5, Setting Up QuickBooks for a Winery. Our goal is to move you quickly from a messy file to a file that has our 5-step system we call the Fundamental 5 in place, so you can start to manage the business easier and more effectively. In this orientation module, I'll outline the course, show you how to navigate the course, how to get your questions answered, and how to get started. For the course outline, there are 7 modules. Modules 1 through 5, you can see here on the course homepage, are where we highlight each of the Fundamental 5. Now, each of these modules has 4 lessons. The first one is called Getting Started, and I'll give you an overview of the concept that you'll be learning about in the module. The next lesson is called Basic Steps, and I'll show you how to create the main thing in the module. The third lesson is called Clean Up a Mess. In this lesson, I show you the most common messes and some strategies to clean them up. If you have a brand new file, you can skip this lesson. Now, the Basic Steps and the Clean Up a Mess lessons have both QuickBooks Desktop and QuickBooks Online videos. And then the fourth lesson is called Wrapping Up, where we discuss some additional issues about this concept, and I show you how you can tell if you're done with the module. Now, some modules have bonus lessons. These are completely optional. Typically, these lessons will have pointers to help make the procedure more useful. Now, because this material can be overwhelming to some folks, I wanted to isolate the information that was required to make the concept work versus the information that is just good to know. And those are the lessons that will be in the bonus lessons. I will also list additional resources such as mini courses, which present a deep dive discussion of a specific topic that's related to the module. Module 6 is called Using the Fundamental 5. This module has checklists for the day-to-day bookkeeping and the advanced bookkeeping tasks. I recommend that you work through modules 1 through 5 in order, completing each module before you move on to the next one. However, if you want to take a sneak peek at module 6 and start using what you can from these checklists, I'm totally fine with that. Now, to navigate the course, this is the course main dashboard. You can navigate to a module either by selecting the module on the dashboard, or you can select it over in the sidebar. Now, both the module pages and the lesson pages have a complete and a favorite button. When you select the complete button, you'll see a check mark on the dashboard, and you'll see a check mark in the sidebar. When you select the favorite button, you'll see a star on both sides. Now, the cool thing about favorite button is that down in the footer of the website, now this footer is on every page in the website, you have a quick access link here that will bring you to a page that lists all of your favorite lessons. So this is a way that you can bookmark your favorite lessons so that you can revisit them. Now, I know that you will have questions throughout this course, and there are several places to find answers. First is the Fundamental 5 forum, which you can select from this button at the top. Use the forum to post your questions. My team and I will answer all of your questions in the forum, so you don't have to worry about these answers being crowdsourced. The other way to get assistance is to search through the recordings. Now, we have a wonderful tool called Searchy, which will search inside the video. So just put in a term, and all the locations of the videos where that term shows up will show up in this window, and then you just need to select the term, and it'll bring you to the exact point in the video that talks about that detail. Now, before we get started, you're likely to have some initial questions. First, you might be asking yourself, is my file savable? Most of the times, files are savable, even if they look really messy. I typically recommend that you try to keep the file because it's helpful to have all of your sales history from all your customers. There was only one file that I was not able to save because the accountant had used journal entries throughout the file, and it was just impossible to clean up that type of a mess. But if you've entered bills and checks and invoices and used the basic QuickBooks workflow, we can usually clean that up. If you're still considering starting a new file, shoot me an email so we can discuss your situation. The second question is, will I update my live file or use a sample file? Now, many folks fix the live file so that they can just move forward, whereas others need to get permission before making changes. Now, if you need to get approval before making any changes, your best option for QuickBooks desktop users is to make a copy of the file and use the copy during the course. Give your sample file a different color so you can easily distinguish it from the live file. And finally, how much history do you want to correct? Do you want to clean up the file so that the current year is accurate? Or do you want to make the framework now and begin entering correctly from this point forward? Here's some final thoughts before we get started. I recommend that you work through each module in the order shown because there is some information that builds. I also recommend that you just buckle down and race through the material. Even though you do have lifetime access to this course, the sooner you clean up the file, the sooner you'll be able to generate useful information. If you wait, the mess is just going to get bigger. Now, some of the modules will be easier than others, and you'll spend different amounts of time in each module. So as soon as you finish one module, take a moment to give yourself a high five, then move on to the next one. Now, some of the cleanup tasks are repetitive, and frankly, some of them don't require a whole lot of brain power. So go ahead and pour a glass of wine, put on some good music, and you'll be done in no time. You've completed the orientation. I showed you the outline for the course, how to access the course, how to navigate, how to get your questions answered. So now you're ready to get started. Join me in the next module, Use an Effective Chart of Accounts. I'll see you there.